Welcome to the lineup. I'm Abbie Cliffio.
And I'm Caroline Daly.
And we are a sports podcast made by girls for girls.
Yeah.
It has since expanded, though. I will say, since our original plan.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing this for how many months now?
Oh gosh, since February, so that's 7 months? 7 months?
Yeah.
7 months.
Look at us. This is our first time doing video, if you cannot tell.
Yeah.
But we wanted to introduce ourselves and share what we're about.
Yeah.
And our background on the podcast.
And I'm excited that we're finally doing video.
I know.
Because now we can interact with whoever's watching.
No,
because we've only had Spotify. We did Spotify for most of it.
Yeah.
And then added Apple Podcasts because that was difficult, guys. If you want to add a podcast to Apple Podcasts,
start there.
It's difficult. So we've only been doing that. So like we see each other, but we don't get to like see you guys. So now this is cool to like do video. And I know some people have said to me like, "Oh, I would like to watch it." I'm like, "Well, we haven't been doing that, so now you can."
Because I know that people watch their podcasts.
I'm a podcast watcher. Right. I will say
most of my friends are podcast watchers.
Yeah.
So
it's like a little show.
This is your little show.
Yeah.
And now we can be like, you can see that I'm laughing or that like
true. It's
we're like jumping up and down because we've been like, oh, Caroline's like jumping up and down.
In the last one, you said like, oh, Caroline's smiling.
Right.
They're
like,
probably
you can't
what?
do this. Now you can.
Now you can. So hello.
We're gonna really quickly go ahead and talk about who we are.
Yeah, ourselves, how we met, why we're talking into microphones.
So
okay, you go first.
As if you couldn't tell by our friend here and my Caroline sweatshirt, we are Carolina alum.
Go Heels.
Go Heels. We met in
Go Heels.
Sports writing.
Creative sports writing. I was gonna say creative sports
with
writing.
Tim Crothers. Shout out
Tim Crothers for starting
forever.
This friendship, the podcast, like everything started there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were paired, like forced. Not forced. That sounds
bad.
But we literally were like
randomly.
Didn't have a choice. Paired together. First assignment in that class.
Yeah, it was like it was the first day of class we had to write something. I remember I was like scared. I wasn't ready. We had to write about each other. So like interview each other and then quickly write about our greatest athletic achievement, which I'm not very athletic, so that took a lot. Washed up. So we like already learned so much about each other like that the first day.
And I was a grad student, so I hadn't been in any other classes with Caroline before. Yeah. So I was a grad student. I had never been in a class with Caroline before.
Yeah, because I was a senior, so I was in my last year of undergrad, my bachelor's.
And this was my first year at Caroline. It was an accelerated 1-year program.
Yeah.
This was my elective. I took an undergrad elective because, like, why not?
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was fun.
And now...
And look at this.
Look where we're at.
It worked out.
So, we were not, like... I mean, I sat next to her in class every day, but we were not...
Yeah, we were, like, class friends, like, situational friends.
But not, like...
Like, we would come to class and be like, hey, or, like, text about an assignment. I would ask her, like, what are you writing about for this, or whatever. But...
We weren't...
So we had each other's phone numbers.
Yes, we didn't text or hang out.
But we didn't hang out outside of class or anything like that. Didn't know anything about each other's personal lives. Sorry, I live on a very busy street. It's like a downtown street, so there's always cars. Which I'm sure you guys have gathered if you've listened. So, and then I feel like we didn't speak. No. We followed each other on Instagram, I think.
Yes.
I don't know who did it first. I think I did. And we didn't speak throughout the summer. No. Like it was a spring class. So then I graduated and you graduated. At the same graduation, I remember being like, Abbie!
Yes, everybody, I know.
Yes, I remember like cheering for you. I was like, yeah,
I know.
Girl. Like, yeah, girl. And then we didn't talk. And then I moved back here. I went home and then came back. You stayed here.
I stayed here, yeah.
In Chapel Hill, just for context. And then you texted me.
It was like late fall last year.
Yeah. And you were like, can we get lunch? I like want to talk to you about...
idea.
This was the idea.
Yes.
Was the podcast.
So I was not working in sports at the time. I was doing management and reception at a swim school. Shout out them. I love them so but I was like, I need to get back into sports. Mm-hmm. And so I thought about doing a podcast where I talk about my pride and joy, the love of my life, college baseball. And I was like...
That's right, yeah. Oh, I was
Carolina baseball analyst.
I was the Carolina baseball analyst when I was in school here. Shout out.
And I was like...
Diamond Heels.
Do you want to come on an episode and talk about Carolina
sure,
baseball?
Of course.
So then, we go and get lunch. We talk about everything except...
The lunch was to talk about planning the podcast together, doing the podcast together, did not talk about it, and then in the last 5 minutes I was like, so...
I'm like, oh my god, yes.
Podcast.
But here is my idea.
Yeah.
And then we were like, wait, we can do so much more with this.
Yeah, it doesn't just have to be a specific sport. It doesn't have to be UNC. It doesn't have to be whatever. You can talk about anything and everything.
And then this was like another 20-minute conversation. And we got like, and we were like, yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And then we just did it with no plan.
No
microphones.
Literally no microphones.
No cameras.
No script. No nothing.
Just a phone with voice memos and a dream.
And we met in the TV studio.
On campus at UNC.
Media Center. And that was our very first episode in February of 2025.
I feel we have improved a lot since then.
Oh, yes. People, meaning my mother, who she says that she can tell. I think that we've improved.
I think we've improved a lot.
I do too. I need to say I'm old.
Watch that. Because I did broadcast in college, but it wasn't the same. It was like 2-minute segments, like planning out, I'm going to talk about these 3 points, here's a video to show why I'm talking about these. It was totally different. This is just kind of like off the dome. I mean, we make notes.
Yes.
But then it's very ad-libby.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ad-libbing.
So. I had never planned to be in front of the camera. I am a writer. I have been a writer since I was in like high school doing yearbook. And I did the Chuck Stone program at Carolina when I was a junior and junior in high school. And there was a day where we had to get in the camera. And I was like, I don't like this.
That's okay.
And now I don't mind it, clearly. I prefer to write. You can
talk about like
what we do. Yeah.
Whoa.
We both write now, ironically.
I transitioned into writing after college because broadcast is probably the hardest thing to get into out of journalism
especially in sports.
Yes.
You could walk up into any local news station and they would probably...
Be an MMJ, multimedia journalist, but I don't want to talk about depressing things every day. Or like
it's raining
terrible things of like, here's this crime or this car crash. I don't want to talk about that.
And you know what? More power to those people.
Yes.
That could literally never be me.
Warriors.
I am very, very impressed by people who can just do that.
I couldn't. I would be depressed every day. And if they love it, that's awesome. But I'm not mentally strong enough, just to be honest. So I would rather talk about sports.
Things that, yes.
Which I don't... So for my job, I work for UNC, like the school. I work for UNC as a writer, like Abbie said, for their main communications marketing office. And I just write about everything. It's not... I can't handle it. It's not about like sports specifically. Sometimes I've done some sports stories, but they're more like human interest, like featurey, tug on the heartstrings kind of thing. But I write about like students, clubs, faculty, literally anything. And I had an internship with them, and so then very thankful. Got a job with them out of college because it's very difficult to get jobs now.
Journalism is
brutal.
That's a really, really kind way to put it. I was not going to put it that kind of, but yes.
Yes, brutal. So that's what I do.
This is the difference between us.
Yeah.
I stayed in Chapel Hill after I graduated and worked at the swim school because I had taught there when I was in school. Because getting your master's is a full-time job.
Yeah.
They told me that when I interviewed for Carolina, and I was like, well, I have to pay rent, so you're lying to me. They were not lying to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started looking for work, Did a ton of freelance. I worked for Athlon for a while, covering the Braves. That was a lot of fun. Not reliable. So now I have just recently moved out of Chapel Hill, which has been. I lived here for 2 years, so it was very weird.
We love it here. If you
yes,
know,
my mom went here too. Like,
yeah,
there is something like home about Carolina.
I wanted to move back like
immediately.
Yeah. So that's why I looked for jobs here.
So I got offered a job at a newspaper out in Harnett County. So I moved because I got offered a job at a newspaper out in Harnett County. If you're from North Carolina, you know where that is. If you're not, it's not important. But I'm a sports and news editor over there. I do a lot of feature-y stuff for news. I cover high school sports, Campbell University, human interest, everything. And it's been a lot of fun. I missed writing. I'm going to shoot a gymnastics meet tomorrow.
Yay.
Which, if you guys know me.
Oh, she was also a gymnast.
Yes, I did club here at Carolina.
She's a gymnast. That's where part of your love of sports comes from.
Exactly. And she learned that on the first day that we met.
Yes, that was exactly what we talked about.
So finally, I'm working in sports now. We're both writing.
Yeah.
And this is something that we do to, I don't know, keep up with sports news, not just for ourselves, but share it.
Share it with people, share it with each other. It's also just an outlet to kind of be creative, I think.
Yes.
Because with our job, it's just strictly print.
Yes. And
if you're in journalism, you'll understand all this terminology. But we only do print, so we don't work a lot with broadcast or audio,
all of it. Yeah.
So it's cool to kind of have everything on your plate, be doing all types of journalism, multimedia, if you will. Yeah.
Because it pays to be multimedia.
It does.
Right now.
Experience.
But it also is less professional.
Yeah.
Very much.
It's more casual. We're talking with our friend, talking to our friends, whatever.
You
family.
may hear me drop in at home eventually. Oh yeah.
What do I say? Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Caroline is less likely to.
Yes.
I don't care. But that's us.
Yeah. Should we? And only other thing I feel we should maybe say is why do we love sports? Because some people don't get it. Some people don't resonate with sports. They don't connect with sports. They're why do people like watching people throw a ball? And I get that.
Yes, and
but I also don't. So it's
yes, because I sit at Keenan or
our football stadium,
Clark LeClaire, ECU's baseball stadium,
and
I'm how do you not sit here and you're oh my god,
feel something?
Yes,
feel a connection. Yeah,
and I think also our reason for my want for creating this podcast was to make people find a little bit of love in sports,
a connection somehow, some way.
Why are they hitting each other? I don't know. It's in the rules.
Yeah.
But human interest. I am a very competitive person. I have brothers. I'm a twin. I did competitive gymnastics growing up. Yeah. Hey, you don't listen all the time. So I don't know if you're watching this. But
you better. It's the first episode.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yes.
So I think that is partly where my love for sports came from, but also my mom went to Carolina. She loves sports, so I grew up on Carolina basketball. I did not grow up on college football, really. But I was gonna say that era growing up, they were not great.
No.
And my mom just wanted to set me up for failure, other than Carolina basketball.
Yeah.
Because I also grew up on Giants football. I love my New York Giants. I love them. I love them forever. Pain and suffering.
Where's the bye?
Pain and suffering. Yeah. Eli Manning, I miss you dearly. OBJ, I miss you dearly. So, that is... Yeah, I don't know. It just clicked for me because I've always been I would go and watch my brother play t-ball and go and watch my brother play soccer. I eventually played soccer.
Just a part of your life.
Yeah.
In every
because I like to be physically active, but I also like feeling that connection with a team that I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mine is like somewhat similar for the mom element. Hi, Mom. Mama Laura, she listens, so I know she's watching because she's a podcast watcher too. She's not a listener, she's a podcast watcher. She's part of the reason that this YouTube is being created. So hi, Mom, I love you, Laura. But she loved football, like forever. She grew up in Northern Virginia, so near like Washington D.C., which was like now Washington Commanders. So she grew up like going to their games. Her stepdad had like tickets, so they would always go to games. So she kind of felt the connection like in the stadium to a team. She loved like Joe Theismann, John Riggins. Like if you know sports, you know what I'm talking about. Art Monk, Darryl Green, like all those iconic players. And so then when I was born, of course, she placed my chunky little self every week in front of the TV, our big tube TV. Remember when we had the tube TVs? And we're getting old. We're getting washed up apparently and chopped. Everyone's calling me old.
Apparently we're wrong. Apparently I'm chopped. So long.
And we're just 23, so that's not true. But she placed my little chunky self in front of the tube TV, and I just like osmosis football retained it all in. And then I kind of fell in love with like the sideline reporters. So like if you know Erin Andrews, that's the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing. And why I went to journalism school, because I was like looking at the TV like, oh, I want to be that. Like I want to be that when I grow up. And so that's why I always wanted to do sports broadcast. There was never a plan B. There was never I'll be a lawyer. No. So then I went to community college, journalism school, did the broadcast stuff. And so I was only doing sports in college, but then had to transition. But that's where it came from, was my mom kind of not forcing me, because I willingly watched, but like forcing me to love football and teaching me about the players and having connections to them, like you said, or a connection to a team. And then when they lose, like I feel like crying.
Right.
I know that's dramatic.
No, but you're just
I'm an empath, okay?
That's the hardest part.
Hardest part about what we do. Connecting with people. When I interview someone and they tell me, I've cried in so many interviews, and it's so unprofessional.
Yeah, it is.
But like I tell my boss, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I cried.
Well, that's and they teach you in journalism school, like leave your emotions at the door.
No.
Have you met an empath before?
I don't. I cry every time that I have like a connection with someone.
I just did a story on a high school soccer coach, and I was like fighting back tears because like I just like her story was just like so like
tugging on the heartstrings. Literally. Yeah. So. Shout out to our moms.
Shout out moms. Yes.
Shout out Laura.
Hi, Cindy. We love you.
Thank you for making us mentally ill and having to get into this.
So thank you for giving us your love for sports and also teaching us what empathy is.
And now we get to share it with other people, so it's being passed down.
And that's also why, if you guys are new and you haven't listened to our lore podcasts, we have one
crash course
for MLB and for the NFL. Like, the reason that we talk about like each of those leagues in such depth is because we want you guys to like find something,
some sort of connection or like a piece of it that resonates with you in some sort of way.
Exactly, that you like can latch
and so you can
onto.
understand it, because I think a lot of people get frustrated because they don't understand like every single rule or something like that.
And I don't have to.
Like, I don't understand. I was the soccer analyst, the women's soccer analyst. I still can't really tell you every scenario where offsides happens. I can't. Like, it's very complex. So, it's tough.
But yes, as long as there's something that you can grasp onto, take it and run with it. Sports are fun.
They can be
and sports are for everyone.
It can be. I also think it can be an escape.
Yes.
Like, from stressors in your life or whatever. When I sit down and like turn on a football game or turn on
like relaxing.
College game day on Saturday mornings, which we talked about, it's like I'm like so we want to give that to people, which is why this was your idea. We wanted to give it to people to kind of have an escape.
So if this
and teach them
share news, share knowledge, but also
make you laugh, all the things, all the feelings.
Funny, I think.
Yeah.
So, if you want...
I feel like that's it,
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to keep watching and listening...
You should.
You should. We'd love...
We're very nice
to stick
with
us. Well, don't say just kidding, because then they're like, we're so mean. We're not.
They're nice people.
This is very optional.
Yeah.
You don't have to love it like we do. We won't force it down your throat.
No.
Only sometimes, depending on the topic.
I will with football, so.
Listen. If you want to keep watching and listening, you can keep up with us. Specifically on our social media, so you can see when we're posting, what we're posting.
And that has like links to everything: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the things.
All the things.
Yeah.
Our Instagram and our TikTok have the same username. Really easy to find. The lineup _sports_pod.
I think I made our YouTube like at the same thing. So everything's the same thing.
So it's really easy to find us when we're not posting on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music. We like to post news updates and just fun little
Trendy
videos.
little things if there's a TikTok trend or something.
On Instagram Reels and on TikTok. So be sure to follow us. You can also follow our personal Instagrams if you like to see what we're up to. Mine is Abbie and Clavio.
And mine is Caroline E. Daly.
Thanks so much for listening and watching. That's new. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.